Okay guys, another guide for you, well, semi-guide. I want to talk to you about two mistakes I made lately with the auction house. Hopefully you can avoid them. First I want to show you my last buyout and my last sell. Hopefully you can see it. It's a Storm Shield, which is best in slot for Barbarian, tanking Barbarian. The stats were pretty good, and I knew that 2.7 million was much too low for it. I knew I'd make a profit on it, so I bought it. And I instantly relisted it for 3.9 million, which is about what it's worth, to be honest. So that you might say there's nothing wrong with that, but I learned something tonight that I won't forget in a hurry. If you can see the stats, you see that I sold it for 2.7, and I bought it for 2.7, and I sold it for 3.3. That is accounting auction house fees. The problem is the fees absolutely just completely obliterated my profit, and I'll tell you why. It looked good that I've made 615k on one item, but I did not sell it for 3.9 million. What actually happened was I listed it on the Diablo forums just to see what people were bidding, and a guy added me and he said I will give you 3.5 million. Maybe I was wrong to say yes straight away, but with you learn with the auction house that items, they go down in value so fast. And as I said, the stats wasn't the best I've ever seen on a storm. If it was like, for example, my one was a 21% block, which are currently going for about 3.5 to 4 million, depending on the modified prefixes. Although, if it was say a 29% block, then it wouldn't have been a problem because you'd make so much profit on it that the fees wouldn't really make that much difference. So I had to give 300,000 to the guy just to buy my item off the auction house. So the actual profit I made on it was only 300k, and I understand that to some people watching this that, oh, you shouldn't complain about making 300k, but for the sake of, I think it was 45 minutes, I could have made an extra 300k if I just didn't list it straight away for another price. I should have waited. So my advice to you is search around a bit on especially the official Diablo 3 forums, whether you're EU or US. Just post what you've got and give it an hour, see if anyone bids anything. And when you take the fees out, you'll actually end up with more than listing it for ridiculous prices, because 15% is a lot when you're trying to make profit on the auction house. The other mistake which I made today was this item here. This item is a bracer for, again, barbarians. It is a really, really good bracer, but the problem is I've overlisted it. I've put too much price tag. I got too greedy. I'm going to show you now what I actually bought it for, if I can find it. Yeah, military guards. I bought it for 100k. So yeah, there's profit in this 100%. But then I did something silly. I searched. I'm going to show you exactly what I did. Let me just pull that 3.4 million or whatever it is to my stash. Okay, so what I did, the item itself has got 109 strength, so get rid of that. Get rid of that. To armor, braces. Should have had this done already, to be honest, but strength 109, vitality 86, and all resistance, which is 66. Now if you search these, what comes up as the cheapest? Mine does, for 2.9 million. The next one's 5 million. This is why I listed it. I thought I'd undercut by over 2 million and it'll sell instantly. But what I didn't do, sillily, that's not a word. What I didn't do is lower the stats and see what else you can get. So if I lower the strength by 29 points, instantly you get 1.5 million with 87 strength on it. The ones that I'm selling have got 109, so for 22 strength it's half the price, plus this one gives you more resistances. So instead of looking around I just instantly thought I'm going to make a stupid profit on it and listed it for something I shouldn't have. I mean, it may sell. I mean, there might be some rich guys out there that just want extra damage or whatever, but I'm not banking on it to sell. I mean, if I listed one for say a million, I know that would have sold very fast, and I'm on the way 10 times profit on it. But that's greed got to me, and I'm gonna have to wait for that auction to expire now, or be sold. But I'm pretty sure it'll expire. These shoulders, for anyone wondering, again, um, I might have got a bit too. Um, I don't even know what the word is. I'm too tired. I might have been a bit hasty buying these. They're very good shoulders. I mean, 51 strength, 39 vitality, 77 resist all. They're actually like 3 times as good as my shoulders, what I'm using currently. So if worst comes to worst, I'll use them. I bought them for 300k, and there is a profit in them. I could probably sell it for, I don't know, if I listed these for 480, I know they'd sell. But again, I've looked through the searches. I'm not going to do it now. But I've looked through the searches and I've found shoulders with, say, more strength, more vitality, but just a few less resistant points, maybe 7 or 8 more less resistance. They're going for, say, 300k. So my advice to you guys is, don't just think because one stat is good on an item that the item's going to sell really well. I mean, I'm really disappointing myself really for listing these braces so high, because I'm going to have to wait now 30 hours before I can really relist them for a proper price, you might say. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a definite profit in these and the shoulders. I can make profit on both of them, but the shoulders I think will sell, but the braces I know won't sell because I got greedy and I listed mine for too high. Just because of what I saw in one search. You should really search around. And as I said, my other advice is to go to the Diablo forums into the trading section. I mean, don't do it with everything, don't do it with silly items, but you know, like if you pick up a cheap item, especially something that costs millions rather than thousands. So if you bought an item for 2.7 million, you can go to the forums and relist it, well, not relist it, advertise it for say, I don't know, 3.5, like what I got for it, and I would have made a ridiculous profit on it, but instead I only made a small one. So yep, those are my two mistakes. I hope you don't make them like I did, and I hope you save some money, and happy hunting. Till next time.